In Home Affairs, we had various core business processes and products that we looked at. One of them was the ID. We have birth certificates at Home Affairs. We have passports. How do you decide in a turnaround what to prioritize, where to start, what to do first? And the criteria that we used in the department at that time was what will make huge impact, easy to do, and of course affordable. We had to build a criteria of easy to implement, but high impact. And that criteria proved to be right, because you've got, when you do a turnaround, to know if you find a big organization such as Home Affairs, where do you start? And of course, what governance model do you need to put in place? Remember, students of public administration, I'll say to them, and of course consultants, when you go to turn around in a public sector institution, particularly government departments, one of the things you must know is that officials in that department are scared of PFMA, the Public Finance Management Act. Every official senior manager is scared of that act. And if you do a turnaround and they don't get the sense that there's going to be full compliance, they will not want to risk, because they know there's going to be audit problems. The other act that worries officials is Public Service Act. Now, those two acts are the acts that irritate a consultant, because consultants work on time and they don't want to be told we can't procure this, we can't appoint this because of those two prescripts. And how do you make sure that when you execute a turnaround, you are not called 2-3 years down the line to come and account on audit queries? Because you have done the turnaround, you have been paid, you are gone. Now you are being called, the public protector is looking for you for a project you did 5 years ago. The money might not be there at that time. Because in the audit process, the old things continue to come out. Last year I had to go and account for something that we did in 2008. Now, I'll leave the issue of what a turnaround is. I've seen when I went to another department where I was asked to support turnaround, they were changing the organizational structure every day. They were moving and pushing boxes. It's not a turnaround. Definitely not. And in another one where they were doing a turnaround, they tried it for a year, union protested, and there were problems. They changed the name from turnaround. They said, let's call it business improvement, because they had a problem with the word turnaround. So I still believe a turnaround is possible, and in the department where I'm deployed, I'm quite positive that we can turn around the environment. But what exactly is a turnaround initiative, if there's a question? I just know that a turnaround is a combination of various methods, tools, and techniques, but that is not a concoction, definitely not just bringing in things together. It's the unique ability, the most dynamic and creative ways of using project management methodology, of using change management, of using business process reengineering. One of the most interesting things that government officials like is called benchmarking. Benchmarking is part of it. Government officials travel all over the world saying they are benchmarking, when actually what they're doing is industrial tourism, because they don't know the strength of where they're going, they don't know their weaknesses, where they come from. So it includes all these things. And it's not about tinkering with the surface. It's about changing the organizational architecture.